Christian Horner may have won the battle, but he just lost the war. Barely a day after being cleared of any wrongdoing, screenshots of his texts with the alleged female victim have been leaked. Is Red Bull so obsessed with winning that they turned a blind eye to Horner's misbehavior, or is this nothing more than a smear campaign against the team boss? Touching down in Bahrain amidst the aftermath of a Red Bull inquiry clearing him of any fault, Christian Horner declares that team spirit is at an all-time high. Just ahead of the Bahrain Grand Prix kickoff, Red Bull GmbH revealed that Horner had been absolved of allegations of misconduct, a stance he maintained from the outset. Thursday saw the parent company of Red Bull Racing releasing a statement to absolve the F1 team boss of any wrongdoing, putting an end to weeks of speculation and rumors regarding his future and the nature of the behavior that prompted the investigation. In the final declaration, the company has revealed the dismissal of the grievance, refusing to divulge further details or the investigative findings, citing confidentiality and the protection of involved parties' privacy. Red Bull GmbH announced, "The independent investigation into the allegations made against Mr. Horner is complete, and Red Bull can confirm that the grievance has been dismissed. The complainant has a right of appeal. Red Bull is confident that the investigation has been fair, rigorous, and impartial. The investigation report is confidential and contains the private information of the parties and third parties who assisted in the investigation, and therefore, we will not be commenting further out of respect for all concerned. Red Bull will continue striving to meet the highest workplace standards." The team boss has arrived at the secure circuit, purportedly jetting in alongside Red Bull's motorsport advisor Helmut Marko, primed to spearhead the team's pursuit in their newest title defense. Sharing his anticipation with Sky Sports Thursday morning, he affirmed his readiness to take charge. "I'm just pleased that the process is over. I obviously can't comment about it. Here, very much the focus now is on the Grand Prix and the season ahead, and trying to defend both of our titles. I can't give you any further comment, but the process has been conducted and concluded." Both the 50-year-old racing figure and Red Bull have maintained a tight-lipped stance regarding the investigation, inviting scrutiny from former F1 driver-turned-pundit Martin Brundle, who has questioned whether this silence is the appropriate path forward. He told Sky Sports, "I think the problem of making no comment whatsoever on what may or may not have happened is that mud sticks. It's been a global story. I think it's been a damaging story for Christian and Red Bull and all of Formula One. Since the Telegraph broke the story ahead of the RB20 launch, it has dominated headlines. When questioned about whether he regrets the public nature of the investigation, Horner responded, "Again, I'm not going to be able to give you any further comment on it, but I'm pleased to be here in Bahrain with a team focused on the year ahead. Within the team, it has never been stronger." Horner was seen embracing triple world champion Max Verstappen upon his arrival in the Bahrain paddock on Thursday. Just the day before, the Dutchman had emphasized Horner's importance to the team, telling the media, "I think he is very important. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in that position for such a long time. Let's say if your team boss disappears for whatever reason for 1 or 2 races, not much is going to happen, because everyone is in their role, and they know what they have to do in the short term, but it's all about people management over time. Then of course, things will start to be different if one of the leaders starts to not be there anymore. But we're not thinking like that. Like I said before, we just trust the process that we are in as a team, see what the outcome will be, and besides that, at the moment, everyone is just very focused on the performance here at the track, and everyone is in a good mood, and just excited to get going again." Just a day after Red Bull GmbH released their statement, a bombshell leak hit the scene, supposedly revealing evidence linked to the investigation. The leak spread like wildfire online during the second practice session, causing quite a stir. Horner wasted no time, swiftly making his way back to the Red Bull hospitality unit after the session wrapped up. A bucket load of messages on WhatsApp has surfaced. Nearly 80 screenshots were sent out to F1 teams and media outlets, with alleged recipients including the likes of FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem and F1 Chief Executive Stefano Domenicali. The screenshots contain exchanged photos, flirtatious and suggestive content, and attempts at video calls. The texts also reveal Horner asking for the conversation to be deleted. Some even mention Jerry Halliwell, Christian Horner's wife. Halliwell finds herself in a state of deep embarrassment following the alleged leak of intimate messages reportedly sent by her Formula One boss husband to a female colleague. According to friends of the former Spice Girl, she believed the scandal had blown over after Christian Horner was cleared of misconduct. But with the emergence of the intimate messages, concerns are raised that the situation could have a devastating impact on the 51-year-old Miss Hallowell. Throughout an independent investigation conducted by his company, she had remained supportive of the 50-year-old motorsport executive. A close friend of the former Spice Girl expressed concern about how the star, deeply mortified by the embarrassing fallout, will cope with such a public humiliation. Jerry has been living in this happy bubble for so many years now. She thought she had her prince and her knight in shining armor, but now this. She thought that it had all gone away. She was delighted and over the moon when she learned Christian had been cleared. Jerry was pilloried when she got together with Christian, because he had just had another baby with another woman, but she has worked hard to rid that image of herself and Christian, and in particular that she is a homewrecker. Now, it has all come crashing down. The tears stopped when the judgment came in on Wednesday. Now, they absolutely will have started again. This will destroy her. All along, Christian promised there was nothing in it. Horner has since spoken out, saying, "I won't comment on anonymous speculation, but to reiterate, I have always denied the allegations. I respected the integrity of the independent investigation and fully cooperated with it every step of the way. It was a thorough and fair investigation conducted by an independent specialist barrier, and it is concluded, dismissing the complaint made. I remain fully focused on the start of the season." Just hours before the leaked email surfaced, McLaren's Zach Brown and Mercedes' Toto Wolff were both vocal about the need for greater transparency regarding GmbH's findings of no wrongdoing on Horner's part. "The sanctioning body has a responsibility and authority to our sport and to our fans," Brown said. "I think all of us in Formula One are ambassadors for the sport, on and off the track, like you see in other sports, and so I think they need to make sure that things have been fully transparent with them. I don't know what those conversations are. They need to be thorough and fully transparent, and that they come to the same conclusion that has been given by Red Bull, and that they've agreed with the outcome. But I think until then, there'll continue to be speculation, because there are a lot of unanswered questions about the whole process. That's what's needed by those who run the sport to really be able to draw a line under it. Until then, I think there'll continue to be some level of speculation by people, and I don't think that's healthy for the sport." Toto seemed to share the same opinion, saying this about the fiasco. "We are being asked questions as competitors here, and are we talking as competitors? Are we talking with the right moral approach, with the values based on the speculations that are out there? But I just simply think that as a sport, we cannot afford to leave things in the opaque on critical topics like this, because it's going to catch us out eventually. We are in a super transparent world eventually. Things are going to happen, and I think we have to. The organization has the duty to say, well, we've looked at it, and it's okay, and then we can move on. And I think it's sometimes very short-sighted to try to suppress it. But I'm not saying this has happened. What do you think? Did Red Bull absolve Christian Horner of any wrongdoing in order to keep their dominance? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for the hottest F1 news.